Welcome back. I'm going to go over the Ubisoft press conference now. If you're tuning in from the previous video, thank you. If not, I will link all of the videos in this series in the description. Let's get right down to it. One second. So, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is something I really don't know how to take. It's almost like a Fire Emblem-esque battle game mixed in with the most annoying characters ever fucking created, the Rabbids. They're adorable. They're fucking hellions, but I don't know how to take this. I am, however, super happy to see the raw emotion that the developer actually showed when they announced it. If ever there is a time to be proud of something, it's when it's shown on the big screen, and he was in tears. He was so happy. So I'm happy for him. I don't know how to take this game. I can't take it seriously, but it looks like fun. So I'll be probably streaming it once streaming comes to the Switch. Hopefully that's soon, because I'm really wanted to stream Splatoon 2, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, it looks like. So maybe by the time this launches. Anyway, let's go on to the next title that was revealed, which is Assassin's Creed Origins. I am a huge fan of Ancient Egypt. I am a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. So, mashing those two together made me one happy camper. Although, the one complaint I have is how they've basically turned the series into Arkham. I love the Arkham games, but it just does not seem like it is the right feel for the Assassin's Creed, going from stealthy, stabby shit to brawling, beat 'em up, take out as many guards, and feel like a badass. You're supposed to feel like a badass, but yet it just feels kind of weird, especially when in Syndicate you could go completely batshit and just fucking take out entire camps full of enemies without getting hit, which is something I did quite often. But anyway, the more immersion in the RPG-like elements seems pretty cool, like a pretty cool fit. It seems like you can take different approaches, but at the same time, it does seem a little bit odd, especially the boss battle that they showed in the demo. It seemed really odd, but regardless, I'm going to be purchasing this game. I'm definitely not buying the $800 version, which I still, to this day, do not understand why they thought that was a good fucking idea. But if people buy it, which they more than likely will if they have a credit card, more power to them. It's kind of funny. I'll be buying the version under that, just for the badass statue. The Crew 2, if you're a fan of the first game, you'll be a fan of the second. I really could have gave a shit less about the first game, and I could really give a shit less about the second game personally. There's way too many generic racers out there trying to be the next Forza, next Need for Speed, and it just seems like it's becoming a recurring trend to just copy everything in gaming. I mean, it looks pretty cool if you're a fan of that kind of shit. I'm sure plenty of people will enjoy running over random cars with the fucking monster truck, because that's available. Light airplanes. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. And as you can see, I have a Coon and Friends banner in the background. So, obviously, I will be buying this game. I fucking love South Park. It's crass fucking humor. It's just... The Stick of Truth was one of the best games the year it was released. Making fun of Skyrim, making fun of generic RPG tropes. It was really fucking... The way they took it, it was like... They just gave no shits, just like an actual episode of South Park. So... The fact that they've went in and made fun of every superhero movie trope with this one is just perfect. After constant delays, it looks like we have a definitive release date of October 17th. I will be streaming it live the day it launches, so stay tuned for that. Skull and Bones. This is the actual pirate game that has been in the making since Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It looks just like the naval combat inside that game. only it's taken to the 10th degree. Really, the storyline, we didn't get much. We don't have a release date. It seems like they're basing it off of the average lifespan of a pirate and trying to somehow survive past that date. Almost like a date of expiration. I'm quite curious to see more about this game in the future. But until then, I can't really give a definitive judgment on this game whatsoever. Other than it looks just like Naval Combat and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And the game that stole the fucking show for Ubisoft, Beyond Good and Evil 2. We have it coming out finally. Finally. I was a huge fan in my teen years of the first game. I still am. We have this coming out sometime soon, hopefully. But now all I need to make my life complete is Half-Life 3. It's been the running joke that these two games would never be released ever in the history of mankind, and now that we're actually have a re-reveal of this game and that it is coming out, they have sort of like a beta sign-up program going on. The fact that they're naming it Beyond Good and Evil 2, even though it's a prequel, kind of weirds me out. I don't know if we're going to have some sort of an overarching story between the two, like almost like a time skip in an anime or what, but that would make sense then. But yeah, this shit coming out made my day when this was revealed. And we have Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 caused a lot of controversy when it was revealed originally due to the fact that it's set in America. We're taking on white Christian cults, and it sparked outrage all across the internet, causing petitions of butthurt people, and the fact that they dropped the F-bomb on stage and then just like, yeah, we're doing this. It took a lot of balls for Ubisoft to do that, so I was super proud that they stuck to their guns. They're releasing this game how it is, and the setting feels natural based on the demo that they showed. I love the Far Cry games. Other than the first two, they felt a little weird, and then once 3 came out, and we had Voss, and then we had Pagan Men and 4, and Primal kind of felt like it should have just been a fucking expansion for 4, but it was still fun. And now with 5, and I'm killing basically a religious cult in it, it seems really freaking cool. And I'm hoping that when this comes out, it feels as good as it looked. With Ubisoft, you can't really judge anything until it's in your hands. Because look at Assassin's Creed Unity, look at For Honor, look at The Division. All 3 had server issues. For Honor has basically no player base on PC now due to the sheer amount of microtransactions. So hopefully Far Cry 5, since it's going to be, it seems like somewhat co-op, somewhat single player, it seems like they're trying to please their fans once again with this. So I hope that it doesn't have issues day one like most of Ubisoft's games do. Moving on to Steep. I honestly don't know where to go with this. Why? Just why continue this? It failed on launch. I don't know why they're continuing with an Olympic-themed add-on, but they are. Judge it how you will. Starling is one that caught me by surprise. Seems a little too late for the Toys to Life genre because it's kind of dying down, but I love sci-fi, so I'm going to at least try it. It seems like it's Skylanders meets No Man's Sky, or at least what No Man's Sky should have fucking been, instead of a giant pile of shit disappointment, but we'll see when it launches. We have no real release date for it, so maybe we'll see more. It seems pretty cool based on what we saw at E3. I don't know if that was just alpha footage or if it was just engine footage, but it going over the controller like some sort of cradle seems kind of fucking weird. But we'll see. Another annual game, Just Dance 2018. At this point, Ubisoft should just make like an expansion pack and say the hell with annual releases and just here's 20 songs that made the charts this year. There you go, $14. Boom. You want to keep dancing and looking like a drunk dude at a frat party? There you go. But they continue to shell this out for $60 every fucking year. I'm not a fan of Just Dance, as you can clearly tell. I know there's a market for it because it would not still be out there if there was not. I'm assuming that market is 14, 15-year-old girls that like to dance and look cringy as hell on YouTube. More power to them. Transference. This is a VR game. If you've seen the E3 prediction video, you know how I feel about VR. My take on VR is there's a massive market for it, but the price needs to come down for there to be an even bigger market. This is coming in spring of 2018. It's starring Elijah Wood. I don't know what it is. It seems some sort of acid trip almost. There was not enough footage shown of this game to give an actual fucking opinion on this. It was like a 30 to 45 second clip with them at a table and then just random screenshots, it looked like. So hopefully before spring of 2018 we see more of this game. It looks, based on what we saw, like it could have a selling point on VR, but there wasn't enough shown. And that'll wrap up the Ubisoft. Next up I'll be doing Bethesda. Stay tuned for that.